We are going to learn how to relate cadastre tables and how to design actions in QGIS on the cadastre website. Let's add a vector layer using this button. The Data Source Manager will open. And, into our computer, we search for the folder that we will have previously downloaded from the cadastre and decompressed with the vectorial information. Within it we access the Parcella folder. Double-click on the vector file with extension shop, which is the format for vector files in GIS. And we click to Add button. Next we close the Data Source Manager. Now we will perform the same operations but to load the table 11. Although it is not really a vector file with graphic information, QGIS deal with it the same way. Once added, let's double-click on the Parcella coverage to open the Properties box, and select Joins. Next, add a union with Table 11. Using 31_PC as common, which corresponds to the cadastral reference, RefCat of the Parcella table. We apply and accept, OK. To check that the data from Table 11 has been incorporated into the coverage, click on the Datasheet button. Now we are going to load the table15 that contains information at the property level. So, repeat the operation by adding a new layer. But for this relationship, since it is a one-to-many relationship, it must be established at the project level, not at the layer. Therefore, select the properties of the project and within Properties select Relation. Now, add relation shows. The referenced parent must be the Parcella table and the referencing child, the type Table 15. The related fields will be those that contain the cadastral reference, that is RefCat and 31_PC. Before closing the window that defines the relation, name it. In this case we have called it Fincas N Parcella. Finally click OK to confirm, and press OK again to close the Properties window. Selecting the Parcella layer by using the Information tool, represented in the toolbar with a white Latin I in a blue circle, click on any plot, then Identify Results window will be displayed, where we can see the information of the plot and we can check the properties inside the plot. In our case there are two properties, and we can see the data for each of them collected in Table 15. Now we are going to create an action that shows us the information of the Parcella on the cadastre website. Properties of the layer, section actions as shown. In this way, in the Actions tool, which appears represented as a cogwheel with a play indicator, we will select the action cadastre and afterwards we will select the desired plot. In this way it will take us to the cadastre website showing the information of the selected plot. Now we are going to create a new action that generates a KML file that, when opened in Google Earth, shows the selected plot geolocate in 3D. We will proceed as indicated in this video. Once the action has been created, we can select it, and when executing it on a plot, a KML file will be created. As long as Google Earth has been installed on the computer, when executing this file, Google Earth opens and shows the plot with the buildings in 3D according to the cadastre information. We can also create another action that locates a certain property within a parcel. This action will have to act on Table 15, so we will have to create it in the Table 15 Properties box. The process is very similar to the previous ones, outlined below. To test the action, we select a plot, toggle the Parcella table in form mode to be able to display the different properties associated with it. Once the desired property is selected, the action is executed. Clicking with the right mouse button on the record of the desired property, the name of the action will appear, and when selecting it, the KLM is generated.
In this exercise we are going to learn how to use QGIS to create thematic maps of buildings based on the data obtained from the cadastre and the creation of calculated data. Our first objective is to carry out a georeferenced analysis of the plots by segregating them according to its use, V residential, O offices and M unbuilt. To do this, we are first going to study where this information appears within the cadastre tables. We consult the specifications document of the CAD file, available at that link, and search for use. It is found in the section Registrode BN in Mubile, Type 15 Data, in field 428. The table specifying the different codes for the different uses is found at the end of the document, and they are the ones that appear on the screen. Therefore, we will start having parcel coverage and the tables associated with the information at the cadastral plot level, Type 11, and at the property level, Type 15, which we already have linked by means of a union, parcel Type 11, and a relation, parcel Type 15. To create tables with the information of the desired uses, that we can join to the coverage in shape format of the plots, we are going to use the GroupStat plugin, in order to know the number of properties of each use that each plot has. This plugin is not installed by default, so we will have to install it. It is done from the plugin menu as indicated in the video. Once installed, it appears in the vector menu. Open it and introduce the fields that we are going to evaluate and the operations to carry out. In this case, filter the uses V residential, O offices, and M without building, and count the number of properties on the plot. The result is saved in a CSV file. We will add the saved table as a layer, but previously we must modify the table with Excel, as you can see in the video explanation. Once adapted, it can be added by pressing the Add Layer icon, paying attention to the configuration of options as shown in the video. After layer being added, select Parcel Layer and, in Properties, add a union with the new table. The common fields are the cadastral references, 31_PC and RefCat. Apply and, without leaving the properties, select Symbology, to categorize the colors of the plots according to the code of use. We have already obtained a thematic map indicating the use of each of the plots. Now we are going to duplicate the layer to represent by using a transparent pattern the number of properties of that use within the plot, according to the field that we had previously calculated. Instead of categorized, we now select graduated, introducing the field calculated by group status value. But we are going to change the color for a transparent pattern and thus be able to combine the representation of the use and the number of properties on the same map. Finally, we have the thematic map showing the different uses by colors, and the number of properties within the plot with that use indicated by transparent patterns.